There is an inescapable and powerful truth for those who experience the spiritual calling. A kind of restlessness, a feeling that even though the world around them seems complete, there is a deeper mission waiting to be uncovered, a latent purpose that calls to be brought to light. This calling, when it resonates in the lives of the chosen, rarely presents itself in obvious ways. It is felt as a series of subtle nudges, like a forgotten memory that insists on returning, awakening an inexplicable sense that something needs to be done, that there is a task to fulfill. And this is the beginning of the journey for the powerful chosen ones. Individuals who carry certain signs, spiritually marked with a unique and profound mission. These signs can manifest in countless ways, but they all share the same impulse, an internal drive that compels them to seek the meaning of what is real and true. It's not a feeling of superiority, but a quiet responsibility, an intuitive knowing that guides their steps, even when the path seems dark and full of challenges. Every sign a chosen one holds within points to something greater, like a promise made by the Spirit even before arriving in the world. For those who possess this spiritual sensitivity, the calling is an invitation to open up to the unknown, to walk through darkness to find the truth about who they are and why they are here. If you are listening to these words, perhaps you have already wondered if you are part of this group of chosen ones, if this force you feel in your heart is not just a whim of the mind, but a truth waiting to be recognized. For this calling does not stop, no matter how much we try to ignore or silence it, it always returns to echo in our days, in our soul. There is a latent power, an energy waiting to be activated and manifested, and it is this energy that carries the potential to transform lives, to illuminate paths yet to be traveled. I invite you to open yourself to the possibility that this feeling is not just a coincidence, but an awakening to something greater. The signs we receive throughout life are divine touches, keys that open doors to understanding and wisdom. They show us that we are more than just beings living out the daily routine, that we are part of something grand, a spiritual force in human form, carrying a message, a lesson, and a deep love to offer the world. Each person is unique, and the journey of each chosen one is singular. What you feel as a spiritual calling may differ from those around you, but all these signs share the same essence. They lead us into a state of constant discovery, of inner transformation. This is the beginning of the path for those who carry within them the gift of the powerful chosen. What you choose to do with this calling is what defines your trajectory. It is what gives you the power and depth of a mission that transcends time and the limitations of the material world. The signs that accompany us on the spiritual path are more than coincidences or random events. They are profound messages intended to guide, inspire, and often alert us to the direction we are taking. It's as if the universe, in its vastness and wisdom, speaks to us in a silent language, in an intimate dialogue we can only hear when we are willing to listen. These signs manifest in countless ways. A word that appears repeatedly, an inexplicable feeling in certain places, or even the presence of a specific person at crucial moments. For those ready to hear and see, these signs represent a spiritual invitation, a call to expand perception and recognize that we are all connected to something greater and infinite. When the chosen begin to recognize these signs, an internal shift begins. Suddenly, events that seem trivial or irrelevant start to take on meaning and purpose. Every detail, every synchronicity, every encounter transforms into an opportunity for listening, understanding, and transformation. However, recognizing these signs does not happen instantly. It requires patience, attention, and above all, a genuine willingness to dive deep into the spiritual journey. It is necessary to strip away prejudices, open up to mystery, and embrace the possibility that invisible forces are working together to guide the chosen one's path. Some may wonder if these signs are real or simply the product of an overactive imagination. This doubt is natural because the mind, in its need for logic and control, tries to find rational explanations for everything that happens. But the heart, where true wisdom resides, knows there is truth in these signs. It recognizes that these messages are silent answers to our deepest questions, to our relentless search for purpose and meaning. The signs come as echoes of an inner calling that begs to be heard and answered. And it takes courage to accept this call, to set aside conventional explanations and follow what the heart feels as true. When we look at the lives of spiritual figures throughout history, we see that many of these individuals were guided by signs that led them to great revelations and transformations. They learned to trust the universe's message, to listen to divine whispers, and to move according to the guidance they received. And this is the essence of those who respond to the spiritual call, to trust in the signs and to act with faith, even when reason cannot keep up. Every sign we receive, every message that comes to us, is an opportunity for growth, a chance to look within and realign our path. They do not come to give us ready-made answers but to remind us that we are in a continuous process of discovery, that our mission is to uncover the truth of who we are and the reason we are here. The signs invite us to abandon fear, uncertainty, and doubt and to embrace the journey with courage and faith, recognizing that every step is guided, every challenge is a lesson, and every victory, no matter how small, is part of our spiritual growth. Accepting the signs and opening up to the universe's guidance is an act of deep trust, a surrender to life's mystery and to the purpose entrusted to us. It is a reminder that, as chosen ones, we carry a mission that transcends our immediate understanding, but that unfolds with clarity as we learn to listen and trust. Inner transformation is an essential and inevitable process for those on the path of the chosen. This journey often begins with a sense of discomfort, as if something inside us is calling for change, even without fully understanding why. It is an experience that pushes us toward a profound review of our thoughts, beliefs, and above all, our essence. Inner transformation, although intense and challenging at times, is a spiritual preparation, an internal cleansing that makes room for the new, for growth, and for a higher understanding of our purpose. This process is in many ways like the silent work of the roots of a tree, which, unseen, draw nutrients from the soil, growing and strengthening the structure that will support the grandeur of the canopy. Likewise, this transformation prepares us for what will come in our spiritual journey. As we go through these internal changes, we shed what no longer serves us, old thoughts, patterns, and even old fears. In return, we gain clarity, wisdom, and a deeper connection with our purpose. This process is fundamental because it is through it that we develop the foundation to support and channel the power entrusted to us as chosen ones. This type of transformation is not a one-time event but a series of experiences of profound introspection and realignment. Throughout this journey, we are called to look within and confront parts of ourselves that we may have ignored or repressed. It is a true purification of the soul, where our most authentic aspects emerge, and the conditioning we have acquired over time is dissolved. This process can be uncomfortable and we often feel vulnerable, but it is precisely at this point that we find our strength. Transformation teaches us that true strength lies not in avoiding difficulties but in facing them and emerging renewed, with a new understanding of who we are and our role. Many sages throughout history have taught us that it is precisely in times of greatest trial that our inner power is revealed. This transformation, despite its challenges, offers us a great gift: the power to free ourselves from the invisible chains that prevent us from realizing our true potential. As we overcome each obstacle and fear, we gain a new perspective and a stronger faith. We begin to see that spiritual power is not only in strength or control but in the ability to transform, to open ourselves to the unknown, and to accept that we are part of something much greater. When we recognize the value of this transformation process, we also recognize that every step on our path has a purpose, that every experience, no matter how challenging, contributes to strengthening our spirit. We come to understand that the lessons we learn are priceless gifts that bring us closer to our purpose and prepare us to help and enlighten others. As chosen ones, this power of inner transformation allows us not only to grow but also to serve as guides for those around us, inspiring and illuminating the path for those who seek answers. Inner transformation, therefore, is a necessary and powerful process that allows us to live in harmony with our purpose and prepares us to face any challenge with wisdom and courage. It shows us that, no matter how much the external world may try to divert or confuse us, true strength and clarity come from within. With this renewed power, we become not only witnesses but also active instruments of divine wisdom and love in the world. Moreover, these challenges teach the value of detachment and humility. The journey of the chosen is deeply marked by losses, rejections, and disconnections from the superficial world. This is because, in order to access the profound truth of the Spirit, it's necessary to release the illusions imposed by society, let go of ego, and abandon worldly expectations. Every loss, every closed door, is an opportunity to detach from what no longer serves the higher purpose. These moments, however painful, bring unparalleled freedom, preparing the heart for the true abundance and peace that come from the Spirit. In their journey, the chosen discover that the greatest teachers aren't always found in temples or books but in the very obstacles and adversities they face. Each challenging situation offers a unique lesson, whether in the form of patience, tolerance, or compassion. By embracing these lessons with an open heart, the chosen one draws closer to the divine essence and their own truth. Every internal battle is, in reality, preparation for the mission yet to come, for the responsibility of illuminating and guiding others who are also facing their own challenges. The wisdom gained amidst obstacles becomes a treasure, a source of light that the chosen carry, offering hope and inspiration to those around them. This journey of overcoming also reveals the immense power of choice that each person possesses. In the face of challenges, the chosen has the option to retreat or advance courageously. Every decision shapes their path and strengthens their spirit, showing that true power lies in the conscious, courageous choice to persevere. Through these choices, day after day, the chosen builds a solid foundation for their spiritual mission, creating an unbreakable connection with the divine source. From this connection, the chosen one understands that their strength is limitless, as it is anchored in something greater and deeper than the material world. Thus, these challenges and obstacles are not punishments but disguised gifts. They prepare the spirit, transform perspectives, and clear the way for true purpose. Looking back, each chosen one realizes that the difficulties faced did not break them but made them stronger, wiser, and more aware of their mission. And it is with this strength that they move forward, ready to face whatever comes, confident that each challenge is sacred preparation for a higher purpose. Understanding the spiritual responsibility and value of the gift that each chosen one carries is fundamental to their journey. The chosen are not those who simply accumulate power or wisdom for themselves but rather those who, upon recognizing their abilities, understand the need to use them with compassion and discernment. Spiritual gifts are not mere privileges. They are divine tools carrying the responsibility of contributing to humanity's well-being. When the chosen one awakens to this responsibility, they begin to see that their role is one of service, to others, to the world, and to the divine essence that inhabits all things. This responsibility is immense, and therefore chosen ones often undergo periods of intense preparation before they can truly assume their role. During these times, they may feel the weight of their capacities, perhaps even doubting their own worth or ability to make a difference. However, this doubt is part of the responsibility of carrying a spiritual gift, as it prevents the ego from taking control. The true chosen one understands that their strength lies not within themselves but in something greater that guides and sustains them. When they embrace this humility, their spiritual influence naturally expands without needing efforts to prove their importance or achieve recognition. Spiritual responsibility is also a practice of compassion. The energy and gifts of a chosen one are attuned to the needs of others. They feel others' pains, doubts, and struggles. This is part of their sensitivity and innate empathy, and by understanding this responsibility, they become a channel of love and healing. However, this responsibility also requires discernment. Not everyone is ready to receive help or guidance, and the chosen one must learn to recognize the right moments to offer support. This discernment is a higher form of compassion, as it respects the timing and path of each soul, understanding that others' spiritual growth depends on their unique timing and journey. The chosen also understand that their responsibility extends beyond offering help or guidance. It encompasses their own spiritual practice and the continuous development of their gift. They know that just as a flame must be fed to keep burning, their spirituality needs nurturing through consistent practices, moments of silence, and the pursuit of self-knowledge. Spiritual growth is an endless journey, and each new level reached brings new responsibilities and new lessons. In this way, the responsibility of a chosen one is both internal and external, involving both care for their own essence and attention to the world around them. This spiritual responsibility also manifests in the form of integrity and coherence. The gift of a chosen one is only powerful when they live in accordance with the principles they teach or uphold. Their words and actions must align with the spiritual purpose they carry, for people can feel the energy they emanate. This coherence is what makes them trustworthy and allows them to be a true instrument of light and transformation. Chosen ones know that the value of their gift lies not in the number of people they impact but in the depth with which they touch the lives of those around them. This brings a lasting sense of purpose and inner peace that can only be achieved through the constant practice of spiritual responsibility. Spiritual gifts, therefore, are seen by the chosen as an expression of divine love, something that connects them with the sacred and the universe. By embracing this responsibility, the chosen one becomes part of an infinite current of compassion and wisdom that flows through and around them. Their mission is not just to benefit themselves but to bring harmony and light to the world. This understanding elevates their spiritual practice and their life as a whole, giving them a reason to continue and a joy in serving. The chosen ones in this find a true source of satisfaction and meaning on their path, knowing that every act of love and help they offer echoes and enriches the divine essence itself. The chosen, with their heightened energetic sensitivity, often absorb and feel the energies around them intensely, whether they come from places, situations, or people themselves. This sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge. The chosen perceive what many cannot feel, understand hidden emotions, and recognize subtle vibrations that escape most people. But, like a sponge, this sensitivity also exposes them to negative energies and the emotional turbulence of others, which can interfere with their well-being. Therefore, self-care and energetic protection become essential elements in the chosen one's path, daily and indispensable practices that allow them to remain balanced. Staying balanced and protecting one's energy requires that the chosen one knows their own boundaries and understands when it's necessary to withdraw to preserve their inner peace. This process begins with recognizing that their sensitivity is a natural aspect of their spiritual gift but needs to be managed wisely. Throughout their journey, the chosen learn the importance of creating energetic barriers, setting emotional boundaries, and practicing clarity about what belongs to them and what belongs to others. This discernment is vital, as chosen ones may often find themselves confusing their own emotions with external energies. By protecting their energy, they can offer help and support to others in a more genuine way without losing themselves in the process. Self-care practices such as meditation, grounding, and visualizing energetic protection are fundamental to maintaining this barrier and replenishing the chosen one's energy. Meditation helps clear the mind and strengthens the connection with their own essence, restoring inner peace even in the face of adversity. Grounding enables the chosen one to maintain a firm connection with the earth, releasing the excess energy absorbed from their environment. Visualizations of protective light or a shield around them are symbolic and effective ways to establish an energetic boundary that maintains their peace and protects their sensitivity. Self-care also manifests in daily habits that, while simple, are essential for sustaining this energy. Adequate sleep, conscious eating, and moments of solitude or reconnection with nature are sources of restoration that help the chosen renew their energy. Maintaining a sacred space, no matter how small, where they can recharge and find peace is equally important. This space can be physical, like a meditation area in their home, or spiritual, like a state of presence and inner calm. These basic care practices are not luxuries but necessities for someone who carries such heightened sensitivity and needs a solid foundation to continue serving others. The process of protecting their energy does not mean isolating from the world but rather developing the balance necessary to walk safely and firmly. Chosen ones learn that by taking care of their energy and setting boundaries, they can help more people and be genuine support for those who seek them. Preserving their energy also allows them to live fully and experience life with joy and lightness without being overwhelmed by others' problems. Self-care and energetic protection are, therefore, commitments of love and respect that the chosen make to themselves, understanding that by caring for themselves, they strengthen their mission and become even more capable of serving. This energetic sensitivity and need for self-care reveal a profound lesson. The chosen one realizes that for their light to continue shining brightly, they must protect and care for it, like a gardener tending to a precious plant. They understand that the energy they carry is sacred and that its protection is a responsibility that must be fulfilled with dedication and respect. Self-care then ceases to be a choice and becomes a fundamental practice, allowing the chosen to maintain their strength, peace, and capacity to do good in their surroundings. As chosen ones journey through life, they experience a path of spiritual development and refinement that unfolds gradually. This process of refining spiritual abilities is essential so that the gifts they possess can be used with wisdom and precision. At first, these gifts may manifest subtly, and the chosen one may even doubt their authenticity or feel confused about what these spiritual talents truly mean. But by accepting the call and dedicating themselves to self-knowledge, they begin to realize that their spiritual abilities require practice and discipline to be fully developed. Spiritual refinement is a constant work of self-improvement, in which the chosen one adopts practices that expand their consciousness and strengthen their capacities. Commitment to meditation, for example, not only calms the mind but deepens the connection with their own essence and the divine. Meditation allows the chosen one to access states of greater clarity and intuition, helping them to listen to the universe's subtle messages with more precision. This process of quieting the mind and opening the heart is what leads the chosen one to discover the full extent of their gifts and to develop the confidence to use them wisely. Just like a musical instrument that needs tuning to produce its best sound, the spirit of the chosen one undergoes a continuous process of alignment. This alignment happens through daily spiritual practices and constant contact with their own essence. Through introspection and reflection, the chosen can identify the aspects of their personality and spirit that need refinement so their gifts can manifest authentically and effectively. This means confronting their own shadows and working to transform limitations into strengths, accepting that the path of true spirituality is a journey of constant evolution. As the chosen one advances on this path of self-knowledge, they become more capable of using their gifts to serve others, transforming potential into a force for healing and guidance. This is not something that happens overnight. It requires patience, dedication, and an open mind to learn from each experience. The chosen one realizes that refining their spiritual abilities means being willing to question their beliefs, adapt, and open to the wisdom of the universe. They understand that true spiritual power does not reside in specific techniques or abilities but in their ability to connect with what is greater and more sacred. Beyond meditation, practices like journaling, where the chosen one writes about their experiences and insights, are powerful tools for self-discovery. Reflective writing helps them observe their emotions and thoughts more clearly, aiding them in recognizing patterns and gaining a deeper understanding of their journey. Discipline and commitment to these practices become foundations that help the chosen not only to discover their gifts but also to learn to use them compassionately and responsibly. This involves a profound understanding that their gifts are not merely personal but part of a greater purpose that benefits the world around them. Refining spiritual abilities also means learning to fully trust one's own intuition. Over time, the chosen develops an internal sense that enables them to discern truth from illusion. This confidence makes them less vulnerable to external doubts and more secure that they are following the right path. They learn to recognize when the ego tries to interfere and when it is the voice of their spirit speaking louder. This discernment allows them to make choices aligned with their higher purpose, moving forward on the path of wisdom and inner peace. The process of spiritual refinement is not free from challenges. The chosen faces moments when they need to let go of certain aspects of their life that no longer resonate with their new vibration. This detachment is a natural part of spiritual growth. They learn that by releasing what has served its purpose, they make room for experiences and knowledge that will further their spiritual advancement. This cycle of letting go and receiving is a sacred dance that enables the chosen one to become ever purer in essence, aligning with their true self and the purpose for which they were called. Looking back, the chosen sees that the refinement process is like the work of an artisan who shapes a precious stone, revealing its inner brilliance. They understand that this work of self-discovery and improvement is one of the greatest gifts the universe could give them, for each step in this journey of refinement brings them closer to their divine essence. It's a path that requires courage and vulnerability but also offers the deep satisfaction of knowing they are increasingly aligned with what they truly are, a unique and sacred expression of the divine, ready to illuminate the world. The journey of the chosen ones is marked by an experience that, to many, may seem difficult and solitary. This feeling of loneliness and disconnection, so common for those who follow a spiritual calling, is not abandonment or purposeless emptiness. On the contrary, it is an essential stage for spiritual maturity and inner strength. Loneliness allows the chosen one to disconnect from external distractions and dive deeply into themselves, listening to what is most true within their own spirit. This temporary isolation becomes fertile ground where they can explore their beliefs, fears, and aspirations without the interference of the world around them. For the chosen ones, this distancing from social interaction or past connections proves to be an opportunity for realignment with what is genuinely important to their souls. By distancing themselves, the chosen are challenged to sustain themselves emotionally and spiritually, strengthening a self-sufficiency that is crucial for their journey. This period of solitude is often preparation for a greater calling, a phase where they learn to trust their own wisdom and develop a deeply intimate relationship with the divine. They discover that their true strength comes from within and that only in silence, when all external voices are put aside, can they hear the voice of their spirit. Loneliness, though uncomfortable, teaches the chosen the value of presence. They learn to be present with themselves without trying to escape emotions or seek validation from others. This presence creates a state of clarity and serenity that allows the chosen to view life with a broader and more spiritual vision. They come to see loneliness not as a lack but as a state of fullness, where they meet what is most essential within themselves and, consequently, in their relationship with the divine. This is a time of deep healing, where old fears and insecurities can surface to be transformed into understanding and wisdom. The sense of disconnection felt by the chosen, although it may seem like a separation from people or society, is actually a reconnection with their essence. As they detach from what no longer serves their purpose, they begin to attract connections that resonate with their truth and vibration. This solitude becomes a starting point for creating new connections based on authenticity and spiritual compatibility, rather than merely on social conventions or obligations. They realize that by letting go of certain relationships that no longer fulfill them, they are actually creating space for deeper and more meaningful relationships that will enrich their journey. This stage of solitude is also a period when the chosen are called to develop unwavering trust in themselves and the guidance they receive from the universe. Solitude teaches them that they do not need external recognition to follow their path, and that even when everyone around them seems not to understand their journey, they are exactly where they need to be. This self-confidence becomes a shield, protecting them from external doubts and criticism and allowing them to move forward with steadiness and serenity toward their purpose. The chosen one understands that their connection with the divine is a constant source of support and that ultimately they are never truly alone. In this time of introspection and solitude, the chosen can feel the divine presence with more intensity. They realize that the divine is not an external place but resides in their own heart, waiting for them to be ready to listen and understand. Loneliness transforms into a sacred space where they can converse with the divine and receive the answers they seek. The chosen one understands that to be truly strong, they must first be complete within themselves, and solitude is their opportunity to build this completeness and inner security. Therefore, solitude is a hidden blessing, a divine gift that allows the chosen to develop a wisdom and balance that could not be achieved otherwise. By going through this stage of isolation and self-knowledge, they emerge stronger and more aware of their own light. They become a beacon that can illuminate the path for others, understanding that those who truly seek spiritual connection must first find that light within themselves. Solitude has prepared them for this, to be a steady and radiant presence in a world that often feels lost. It is in this internal journey that the chosen one discovers their true strength, which comes from self-knowledge and connection with the divine. They understand that solitude was necessary for them to recognize their own greatness and to walk their path with a clarity and certainty that cannot be shaken. They discover, finally, that solitude was not abandonment but preparation, training to walk with confidence, not only for themselves but also as a guide for those who seek the same light. The divine purpose is the essence of the chosen one's path, a force that, while subtle, guides every step with meaning and depth. For the chosen one, understanding and accepting this life mission is like awakening, a calling that echoes in the soul and brings a sense of direction and wholeness. However, the revelation of this purpose is rarely clear from the start. Instead, it unfolds gradually as the chosen embraces the journey and allows the universe to reveal the details, step by step. It is through the course of their life, in seemingly ordinary experiences and the great turns of fate, that the chosen begin to perceive traces of their purpose. They feel that each moment is an opportunity to express this mission authentically, without the need for external validation or tangible recognition. The divine purpose is like an internal flame that lights the chosen one's path, even in the most challenging moments. It is a force that cannot be extinguished because it is rooted in the deepest truth of their essence. And while those around them may not understand what they feel, the chosen one knows that this calling is real and irreplaceable. They understand that their purpose is not just a personal choice but a spiritual commitment that transcends their own desire. It is something planted in their soul even before birth, and now, in their life, it begins to bloom with all its strength. This purpose calls them to elevate their life to a state of surrender and service, to live aligned with their true nature, and to honor the mission that has been entrusted to them. As the chosen one advances on their journey, they realize that the divine purpose is not something to be forced or rushed. It is a dance between doing and being, between action and trust. They learn that, in many moments, their role is simply to be present and allow life's circumstances to guide them. This surrender is not an act of passivity but of deep trust in the divine intelligence orchestrating all events. Every action, word, and thought becomes an opportunity to express the divinity within. The chosen discovers that by living in alignment with their mission, they connect to a flow of energy and wisdom that transcends limited understanding and links them to the universal current of creation. This purpose manifests uniquely in each chosen one, as each is a singular reflection of the divine essence. For some, it expresses itself through artistic talent. For others, in the capacity to care for and teach. Others still find their mission in small acts of kindness and compassion that bring light into the lives of those around them. Regardless of how the purpose shows up, it is always a transformative force, inspiring the chosen one to grow beyond their limitations and explore new ways to contribute to the greater good. They understand that their life is not solely for themselves but to serve others, to be a channel of love, wisdom, and healing in a world often lacking these qualities. Over time, the chosen one realizes that living their divine purpose does not mean being free of challenges. On the contrary, they discover that purpose is often a journey of resilience and overcoming. The divine calling requires courage because the chosen one is constantly invited to break with conventions and question belief systems that do not resonate with their inner truth. They need to stay true to themselves, even if that means walking a solitary path or facing criticism. They become aware that fidelity to their purpose is fidelity to their own spirit and to the divine. Each step taken towards their purpose strengthens their soul, building a solid foundation of integrity and resilience that makes them unshakable in the face of challenges. This commitment to the divine purpose leads the chosen one to constant self-inquiry, seeking self-knowledge and attentiveness to the voice of intuition. They learn to listen to their heart, to recognize the signs the universe sends, and to discern the path that brings them closer to their purpose. This connection to the divine guides their choices, the words they speak, and the actions they take. They understand that living their purpose is not one grand act but a series of small decisions that together build a life of meaning and purpose. Living the divine purpose is also an expression of love. Love for oneself, for creation, and for the divine in all things. The chosen understands that their mission is an opportunity to expand this love, to touch the lives of others, and to leave a legacy of light. They know that their purpose is not a burden but a source of joy and fulfillment. By fulfilling their role, they experience a peace and satisfaction that no material wealth or external recognition can provide. They feel the wholeness that comes from living a life aligned with truth, and this fullness reflects in all areas of their life. The chosen finally understands that the divine purpose is a sacred gift, a blessing that connects them with the highest and most sublime. They recognize that by honoring their purpose, they are contributing to the elevation of the whole, to the collective awakening of humanity. And so, in every action they express gratitude for this mission entrusted to them, knowing that by walking this path, they are in harmony with the universe, in tune with the silent music resonating in their soul, calling them to be who they truly are. Healing wounds and emotional scars is one of the most essential steps in the journey of the chosen, for these painful experiences are like lessons that prepare the spirit to bear the weight of their purpose and expand their light. Life offers us challenges and traumas that may seem unjust or pointless at first glance, but in truth, they are part of a profound preparation. Each wound we carry invites self-discovery and a more intimate understanding of who we are and what we came to accomplish. This journey of healing is neither fast nor simple. It is a careful exploration of the deepest, most vulnerable parts of our being. The chosen one understands that their personal healing is the first step to being an example, a help, and an inspiration to others. They know that to guide or illuminate the path for others, they must face their own shadows, heal their pain, and find the inner light that exists amidst the darkness. Emotional healing does not come without pain or sacrifice. It demands that the chosen confront memories, feelings, and experiences they may have preferred to forget or repress. However, they realize that repression only adds to the spiritual burden they carry and limits their own growth. By revisiting these memories, they begin to see themselves with more compassion and clarity, understanding that each painful experience is a step towards a higher level of consciousness and self-understanding. This process is not only personal healing but a form of liberation. Each healed wound is a broken chain, a burden no longer carried, allowing the chosen one to move forward with greater lightness and freedom on their spiritual journey. In working to heal these emotional wounds, the chosen becomes aware that suffering is not an obstacle but an opportunity for expansion. They realize that pain connects them to humanity in a powerful, transformative way. Pain teaches empathy, compassion, and patience, three essential qualities for those who seek to serve others. This transformation of traumas and scars into tools of strength and compassion is the true miracle of spiritual healing. The chosen learns to look at their pain as a teacher, treating it with the respect and love it deserves, for it was necessary for them to become the person they are today. In this path of healing, the chosen understands that there are practices and tools that can help transform their wounds into sources of wisdom. Meditation, deep reflection, therapy, and connection with nature are some practices that help them connect with their deepest self and transform their pain. They learn that true power lies not in ignoring or erasing the past but in integrating and accepting it as part of their spiritual identity. Over time, they see their scars not as weaknesses but as proof of their resilience and their ability to overcome. They are signs of internal battles they have won, giving them the strength and clarity to continue on their path. By embracing and healing their wounds, the chosen becomes a beacon for those around them, radiating a light that can only come from someone who has traveled the path of healing and acceptance. This light is not something they display or force. It is a subtle presence, an energy of peace and empathy that others feel safe and welcomed around. They become an example that, although life can bring pain and difficulty, it is possible to transform it into something beautiful and meaningful. They show that true strength lies in facing pain, learning from it, and using it to grow and help others find their way to healing. The journey of emotional healing is also a journey of forgiveness, both towards others and themselves. The chosen realizes that by forgiving, they free themselves from the chains of the past and allow their soul to breathe in peace. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness but of inner strength and wisdom, which understands that resentment and anger are unnecessary burdens on the spiritual journey. They learn that by forgiving, they are not minimizing what happened but giving themselves permission to move forward, to find peace, and to make space for new experiences and new lessons. This forgiveness is one of the most sublime forms of self-love, for it is an act of care and respect for their own spirit. Thus, the chosen discovers that their wounds, when treated with love and understanding, become their greatest allies, offering them a unique perspective on life and the pain of others. They realize that each person they meet also carries their own pains and wounds, giving them the opportunity to show compassion and support. They become someone capable of listening without judging, understanding without haste, offering comfort without trying to fix. They know that each person needs their own time and space to heal and offers the same patience and respect to others that they once offered to themselves. In the end, the chosen understands that emotional healing is a continuous journey, a dance between acceptance and growth, between understanding and action. They know they will never be completely ready or healed because life always brings new challenges and opportunities for growth. But they also know that with each wound healed, they come closer to their purpose and true essence. They become a living testament that it is possible to transform pain into love, suffering into wisdom, and scars into strength. They live each day with the certainty that their experiences, however difficult, were necessary to prepare them for the mission that awaits them. Through healing, the chosen reconciles with their story, embracing each chapter as a necessary part of their spiritual evolution. They understand that nothing they lived was in vain and that by healing themselves, they not only find peace but also the strength to inspire others to do the same. And so, with a light heart and a strengthened soul, they continue to walk their path, knowing that their journey of healing is also a journey of love and purpose that brings them ever closer to their divine essence. As they deepen the connection with the higher self and the divine, the chosen begin to uncover aspects of their essence that once seemed distant or inaccessible. This sacred relationship goes beyond words and rituals. It is an experience of profound intimacy, where spirit merges with purpose, and one's true nature is revealed. The quest for connection with the higher self is not a direct or simple path. It involves letting go of ego illusions and the masks built throughout life, moving towards an authenticity that aligns directly with the divine source from which we came. This connection with the higher self is, at its essence, a reconnection with the sacred within us. Many chosen feel an inexplicable intuition from a young age, a silent presence that guides and protects them. This sensation is not a coincidence. It is the call of the higher self, a manifestation of the divine that seeks to lead each of us to our highest purpose. This inner guide acts as a compass, steering us toward what truly matters and away from distractions that do not serve our spiritual growth. To strengthen this connection, the chosen one can turn to practices that bring them closer to their higher self and the divine, such as meditation, prayer, and introspection. Meditation, in particular, is a powerful tool as it allows us to quiet the mind and listen to the gentle, subtle voice from within. In this state of silence, we open space for the higher self to manifest clearly and truthfully, guiding us through insights and revelations. Meditating is like tuning into a spiritual frequency, a vibration of peace and clarity where the ego loses its hold, and the spirit rises, uniting with the divine. Prayer, on the other hand, is a direct channel of communication with the divine, a sacred conversation where we share our hopes, challenges, and gratitude. However, prayer is not just about asking. It is also about giving thanks and acknowledging the divine presence in all aspects of our lives. Each moment of prayer is an opportunity to strengthen our faith and trust in the higher self, reminding us that we are never alone on our journey. Through this sacred dialogue, the chosen finds solace and guidance, especially in moments of uncertainty. Over time, this practice of connection becomes a source of wisdom and self-knowledge. Through it, the chosen realizes that their higher self and the divine are always present, guiding them in every step, even in the most challenging circumstances. This divine presence acts as a constant reminder that we are part of something greater, that our individual journey is intertwined with the grand purpose of existence. Each moment of connection brings us closer to understanding that our higher self is the purest and most elevated part of us, a direct reflection of divine love and wisdom. Additionally, this connection with the higher self brings clarity and discernment, essential skills for navigating life. With time, the chosen learns to distinguish between the voices of ego and intuition, increasingly trusting the wisdom that comes from within. They understand that the higher self speaks neither in haste nor in judgment. It conveys peace, understanding, and clarity. When aligned with this inner voice, decisions become lighter and more confident, as one feels guided by something greater and wiser. Nature is another powerful way to strengthen the connection with the higher self. By spending time in natural settings, the chosen finds a reflection of their own divine essence. Nature teaches us about cycles, patience, and acceptance, showing us that everything has its time and that true peace resides in harmony with the whole. Each encounter with nature brings the chosen closer to their purpose, more aware of their own spirituality, and more connected to the divine that inhabits all things. For the chosen, the connection with the higher self and the divine also represents an inexhaustible source of love and compassion. This communion fosters a deeper understanding of humanity and others' suffering, awakening a sincere desire to help and heal. The love that arises from this connection is neither possessive nor limited. It is a universal love, an expression of divine kindness that overflows and extends to everyone around. This unconditional love is the true purpose of our existence, and in living it, the chosen one fulfills their highest mission. However, maintaining this connection requires discipline and dedication. We live in a world full of distractions and pressures, where it's easy to stray from our essence and become lost in external demands. For this reason, the chosen knows they must nurture this bond with the higher self daily, renewing their commitment to spiritual seeking and inner practice. They understand that every moment of connection strengthens their soul and equips them to face life's challenges with wisdom and balance. This connection with the higher self and the divine also awakens intuition, one of the most precious tools for those following a spiritual path. Intuition is the divine's voice speaking to us subtly, guiding and protecting us. It is like a spark of wisdom arising from within, providing clarity when words aren't enough. By trusting intuition, the chosen allows themselves to live more authentically and aligned, knowing this is one of the purest forms of divine guidance. Ultimately, this communion with the higher self and the divine reminds us of our true nature and reconnects us to the peace beyond the physical world. When in tune with this energy, we realize that everything we need is already within us, waiting only for the necessary silence to be heard. This connection reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and that, at the end of our journey, we will return to the source from which we came, enriched by all the lessons and experiences life has given us. Overcoming skepticism and trusting in the spiritual journey is one of the greatest challenges for any chosen one, especially in a world where faith is often tested, and the spiritual is met with distrust. This inner trust is essential, for the path of those with a higher calling is not always clear or easily understood by others. For the chosen, Trusting in their own spiritual journey means being open to uncertainty and mystery, embracing each experience with a heart and mind ready to learn and evolve. It is a constant exercise in believing in intuition and inner knowledge, even when the voices around them suggest otherwise. This challenge of trusting oneself and divine guidance can be even more intense when others question or discredit the signs perceived by the chosen. Skepticism, both external and internal, is a natural part of the awakening process, as the mind often demands concrete proof for what is intuitively felt. However, true faith is not based on tangible evidence but on a certainty that transcends logic, anchored in inner wisdom and alignment with a higher purpose. This faith strengthens with each experience of synchronicity, each dream or vision that brings a clear message, and each feeling of peace that confirms the chosen is on the right path. Paradoxically, skepticism can be a tool for spiritual growth. It challenges the chosen to seek an even deeper connection with their inner truth, testing and refining their ability to discern. This constant questioning, when guided by the heart and not by fear, allows faith to evolve from something imposed or superficial into a genuine and intimate understanding of the divine. Overcoming skepticism does not mean ignoring doubts but recognizing them as opportunities to strengthen trust in one's own journey. As the chosen learns to trust the guidance that comes from within, they realize that spiritual experience does not need external validation to be authentic and transformative. Confidence in their own journey frees them from the need for others' approval, allowing them to live according to the truth of their heart. They understand that their purpose is unique and that, to fulfill it, they must fully trust the spiritual guidance they receive, even when it seems contrary to what others believe or expect. To cultivate this inner trust, the chosen can turn to self-knowledge practices that strengthen their connection to truth. Moments of silence and introspection allow them to hear their intuition more clearly, while meditation calms the mind and creates space for answers from the heart to emerge. Prayer and inner dialogue are also powerful ways to cultivate trust, as they allow the chosen to express their doubts and receive direct guidance from their spiritual essence. Additionally, keeping a record of spiritual experiences can be an invaluable tool. By documenting the signs, synchronicities, and revelations that appear along the way, the chosen has tangible proof of their spiritual journey. This record becomes a reminder of all the times they were guided and protected by the divine, providing a solid foundation of trust for moments when skepticism or doubt arise. Overcoming skepticism and developing inner trust requires patience and practice, but over time, the chosen becomes increasingly secure in their spiritual connection. They learn to recognize the divine signs more easily and to trust in the right timing, knowing that every event in their life is aligned with a higher purpose. This state of trust is not blind belief but a serene certainty that comes from self-knowledge and the direct experience of living in harmony with their spiritual purpose. This inner trust also brings freedom to the chosen, freeing them from external expectations and social conventions that often limit spiritual growth. By trusting themselves and divine guidance, they allow themselves to live an authentic and meaningful life, following a path that, though uncommon, is exactly what will lead them to fulfill their mission. This freedom to be who they truly are and to follow the call of their heart is the greatest gift that inner trust can offer to the chosen. Ultimately, trusting one's journey is an act of courage. It requires the strength to challenge conventions and believe in something invisible to the eyes but evident to the spirit. This courage to live in harmony with the divine transforms the chosen one's life into an example of faith and inspiration for those around them, reminding others that they, too, have within them the ability to listen to and trust the voice of the heart. Spiritual awakening practices are essential for the chosen to strengthen their connection with the divine and fully awaken to their purpose. In a world full of distractions, cultivating spiritual awakening requires dedication, discipline, and a clear intention to align with one's own truth. Practices like meditation, affirmations, visualization, and grounding are pathways to access internal knowledge, listen to the universe's guidance, and keep the spirit nourished and grounded. Meditation is a central practice for spiritual awakening, as it creates a space of silence and receptivity where the chosen one can hear their intuition and connect with a greater wisdom. During meditation, the mind quiets, and the thoughts that usually dominate consciousness lose their strength, allowing the heart and spirit to take the lead. By dedicating daily time to meditation, the chosen one strengthens their ability to recognize the subtle messages coming from within and begins to see divine signs in their life with greater clarity. Affirmations also play a powerful role in this process. By repeating words and phrases of spiritual empowerment, the chosen one transforms their mind, planting seeds of faith and trust along their path. Affirmations can be simple, like "I am guided by the divine," or more specific, focusing on an aspect they wish to strengthen, such as courage or compassion. Over time, these words resonate deeply within, shaping their perception and reinforcing confidence in their mission. Affirmations not only elevate the chosen one's vibration but also serve as daily reminders that they are on a guided and protected journey. Visualization enables the chosen one to mentally create the experiences they wish to manifest in their spiritual and physical lives. By visualizing themselves living in harmony with their purpose, serving others and finding peace within, they project this intention into the universe, facilitating the manifestation of these aspects in reality. During visualization, they can imagine themselves surrounded by light, protected and guided by spiritual forces, or see themselves in scenarios that symbolize fulfilling their calling. This practice allows them not only to desire but vividly experience the spiritual life they aspire to, creating resonance between their intention and reality. Grounding, or the practice of anchoring oneself, is essential for maintaining balance between the spiritual and material worlds. The chosen ones are often highly sensitive to surrounding energies, and without a sense of grounding, they may feel overwhelmed or disconnected. Grounding involves practices that connect the chosen one to the earth, helping them to be present in the here and now, with a centered mind and spirit. Walking barefoot in nature, deep breathing, and visualizing roots connecting them to the ground are ways of anchoring. This balance allows the chosen one to be in harmony with their spirituality without losing the stability necessary to handle day-to-day challenges. These practices aren't merely isolated steps but are elements of a spiritual routine that supports the chosen one's continuous growth. Spiritual awakening is a lifelong process, and each practice represents an opportunity to deepen this journey. By incorporating meditation, affirmations, visualization, and grounding into their life, the chosen one strengthens their connection to the higher self, expands their intuition, and stays aligned with their purpose, regardless of external circumstances. Commitment and discipline are essential for these practices to become part of the chosen one's daily life and yield the desired results. Spiritual awakening demands consistency, and each day dedicated to these practices is a step toward a more fulfilled and conscious life. The rewards of this commitment go beyond the immediate benefits of peace and clarity. They represent a lasting transformation that strengthens the chosen one in all aspects of life, making them more resilient, compassionate, and in tune with the universe. Thus, spiritual awakening isn't merely a state to be achieved but a continuous journey of self-discovery and alignment. Through these practices, the chosen one becomes a light in the world, a grounded presence that inspires and uplifts those around them. Their commitment to personal and spiritual growth reflects in their ability to touch other lives, thereby fulfilling their mission authentically and meaningfully. Honoring one's calling and purpose is the destiny of every chosen one. Every experience and challenge faced, every spiritual practice cultivated, and every connection made along the way expresses this calling. When the chosen one decides to live in alignment with their purpose, they become a light illuminating the path for others, creating an impact that extends beyond their existence. Their journey is one of constant learning, but also one of service, humility, and gratitude. Fulfilling the purpose isn't simply about reaching a final goal. It's a commitment to continually align with the heart, to seek what is true, and to maintain a pure intention. The chosen understands they are a channel for something greater and are responsible for their own growth as well as for contributing to the world's well-being. As they walk this path, they understand life's depth and beauty, and they are driven by a force that guides and strengthens them with each step. It's important for the chosen one to remember that their journey is unique. Spiritual purpose isn't measured by material success but by the silent and transformative impact they have on the world. The chosen one stands out for their integrity, their ability to forgive, to be compassionate, and to serve without expectation of return. And as they embrace this mission, they discover a peace and joy that arise from within, independent of external circumstances or recognition, but born of a deep and constant connection with the divine. Every act of kindness, every moment of listening, every word of comfort is an expression of their calling. The chosen one understands that life itself is an opportunity for learning, and each experience is a lesson that makes them stronger and wiser. They know their purpose isn't only in what they do but in who they are, a living expression of divine love, truth, and compassion. In the end, the chosen one realizes that honoring their calling is honoring their very existence. They live with clarity and certainty that, regardless of difficulties, they are exactly where they need to be. And by following their purpose, they find an inner strength that sustains and motivates them. A strength that transcends the ego and becomes an expression of divine love in its purest form. To you who feels this journey and identifies with this calling, I invite you to reflect on the impact your presence and light have in the world. Like this video, share your experiences and subscribe to the channel. Together, we form a community of chosen ones. A community that grows, strengthens, and lights the way for many others. May you continue to walk with courage, always honoring your purpose and illuminating the world with the light you carry within.